Okay, we're doing Inside Banking with NCB. And joining us this morning, Mr. John Matthew-Sinclair, Chief Product Officer for Lynk, Lynk, kind of Link. How are you? Welcome.
Good morning, I'm fine, and thank you very much.
You know, we have seen and heard about Link, but I want you to share with our listeners, if you will, the whole, what Link really is and the background to it generally.
All right, lovely. So, Lynk is a digital wallet developed by a subsidiary of NCB Financial Group. We're called TFOB 2021 Limited.
Okay.
And Lynk is our first product. Lynk is to scale into what we would like to call a super app, where you can not only do P2P, so I can send you money and you can send me money, but you can also, buy mobile top-up credit, pay bills, and interface with the digital ecosystem that we want to provide in Jamaica.
I see.
So essentially, Lynk is easier than cash, which makes sending, receiving, and requesting money a breeze.
Yes.
Right? Once you set up, you're ready to transfer money right from the palm of your hands through the app.
Excellent.
So Lynk is supposed to revolutionize the way we pay in Jamaica. And most importantly, we'll be utilizing QR codes. So QR codes are they've been about for a while.
Yes.
And they're taking over the Western and the Eastern world. And we want to bring that experience to Jamaica where you can just walk up to a merchant or just a friend, scan a QR code, and then both of you can transact.
I see. That's impressive. So, in other words, you can request money with Link. You don't need to exchange like bank account information, things like that.
No. Oh. You see, what we get to notice is that a lot of people, they do, anytime you go into a bank transfer or a bank transfer, they get anxious when you have to add the beneficiary, especially if it's for a one-time transaction. So the purpose is that, once you scan the QR code or if you have them in your phone book, or your contact book, you can send them a request or you can send them money directly.
So how will you know, how can you monitor your transactions, say, with Link? How will you know the history of it?
All right, so let's start with how you get into Link.
Okay.
So first, you would need to download Link from the Google app or the iOS App Store. Once you download Link, we are going to run you through what we call KYC, Know Your Customer. It's a process that is regulated by the BOJ, and we have to adhere to that process.
Yes, true.
And what it is, you supply us with a government-issued ID. That would be your driver's license, your voter's ID, or your passport.
Yes.
And then you take a selfie. And everybody takes a selfie nowadays, right? You take a selfie so that we know that the person behind the camera matches the person, the ID.
That's important. True. Yes. I like that because it's almost like a good safety feature too. So you can know that the actual person is the one who's doing what is necessary. True?
That is correct, right? So we know, we'll have an idea of who is behind the phone.
True.
Once you have downloaded and you have authentic and you're in the app, right? Then what you would be able to do is transact with a peer or a merchant. And in the app would be your transaction history. So you'd see all the transactions that you would have either sent or paid for, or any transaction that you would have received. And of course, it's color coded. So at a glance, red means transactions going out of the wallet, green means transactions coming into the wallet. So you can always see, your red light, green light, and what your wallet looks like. And of course, you have an overall balance. So you can see how much funds you have at that point in time within your wallet.
And I like the color coding because immediately you can see what is happening. Yes, it's a good flag.
Correct.
Excellent.
That's correct.
So why should you get the NCB Mobile App and the Link app?
All right. So the NCB Mobile App now is specific for, let me just see. Together, we want to give you more options, right? So we are part of the NCB Financial Group. So the bank is our sister company, our brother company, or maybe big brother, however you want to look at it. But the mobile is a great tool for monitoring and managing your NCB accounts, paying bills, and other on-the-go services.
Okay.
Now remember that Link is, though we're a part of the group, Link is bank agnostic and you don't need a bank account for Link.
Right.
So Link targets a different segment of Jamaica that the NCB app targets the banked customers, while Link will target both the banked and the unbanked customers.
Got you. Yes. Wow. And it is really, it moves almost for me at lightning speed, maybe at my age, because, where you put up a cash and do this, or what's your bank number and so on. But now you're saying it's seamless, isn't it, with this Link approach?
I would want to say seamless and instant. So once you would have identified the recipient of the funds and you click or you swipe up, then the money is transferred instantly between both parties.
All right. This leads me to this question. Do I need a bank account to use Lynk?
No, you do not. So that is the beauty of what we're doing. So Lynk in itself stores value in the app, right? So your money is in your phone. So your phone becomes your wallet, right?
Yes.
That's the evolution of it.
Yes.
And what happens is that you don't need a bank account. So you as a consumer download the app. We're going to give you multiple options of funding the wallet. So if you're a bank customer, you can, or an NCB customer, you can transfer money directly from your NCB account to the wallet. If you're not an NCB customer, you can add your debit or credit card through a very secure process to register the card in the app, and then you can fund the wallet via the debit and credit card functions. And then if you're an unbanked, meaning you have no bank account,
yes,
we will unlock the NCB ABM rails, which means that you can walk up to an ABM eventually, and this is coming soon, very soon, so stay tuned. But you'll be able to walk to an ABM, select Lynk, and then you will have an interactive experience between your app and the ABM, and then you can fund it or you can withdraw funds. And this is where the unbanked will be able to interface with the digital ecosystem that we want to provide to them, where they want to move cash and convert cash into digital. And we're also looking at strategic partnerships as well in nook and crannies where persons can also have the ability to cash in and cash out.
That is huge, because the whole thrust must be to get the unbanked into the system. And so this is huge stuff. And so this would offer tremendous opportunity. I know across the world that has really been a concern about the unbanked. But here it is now with Lynk, and with this new announcement coming, you're opening up the frontiers for the unbanked.
That is it. You see, we live in an economy now where it is all about convenience, right?
Yes.
And whilst cash is widely accepted, right, cash is also very limiting. So we feel that getting into a more digital space allows you more opportunity, right?
Yes.
And Lynk we know will provide the opportunities to not just the bank, but also the unbanked to interact digitally.
Yes.
Right? So it provides a platform for both the unbanked and the banked to interact. I mean, you don't find a lot of these things happening now, so we want to bring that type of revolution to Jamaica.
Excellent. Now, let's just say you want to add your NCB account or credit or debit card. Walk me through the process. How do you get it to partner or pair with your Lynk app? What do you do?
Okay, so right now we have partnered directly with NCB to allow their customers to cash wallets. So what would happen is NCB customers now have what they call online banking. The idea is that you will be able to go into our app. You'll say you want to add a bank account. In this case, it will be an NCB account. You go through you enter your online banking credentials, and some other security mechanisms will be turned on. And then you now literally link your bank account to the wallet. And from that, you can fund it via cash in, and you can also move money from your wallet to your bank account seamlessly. Yeah. And this is what we have in partnership with NCB at the moment. Yeah. We also have the ability to allow you to add a debit card, which would be, or a credit card to the wallet. In this case, this can be done through any bank. So any bank where you have a Visa debit card or a MasterCard debit card, you can register that card into the app, and then you can also fund the wallet from that instrument. And it in itself, that now requires a different security mechanism. What we would have done here is we have launched our card registration. And in here, you enter the card information. We'll send some information to we'll run a refundable transaction on your card. Yes. You will then have to log into your bank account. Now, chances are, you can lose your card or your card can be stolen. Hopefully, your bank account has not been compromised, and you'll be able to check that information within your bank account. Yes. And you will tell us, hey, Lynk ran a transaction of X amount, and therefore we trust that you have access to your bank account, and then we will authorize the card to be registered within the wallet, and then the card can be used to cash in to the wallet thereafter.
I see. And just the nuts and bolts. So how do I request money?
All right, so you can request money, two ways. One way is if I am in your phone book, so you go into the app and you click on I want to ask for funds, right? Okay. Almost like when you have a prepaid phone and you say, please credit me. Yeah. So that's the concept that we're looking at. So you click on ask, And then from there, I can do one out of two things. I can walk up to you and scan your QR code if you make it available to me, and then I can ask you to send me $500. Or if you so happen to be a friend of mine and I have you in my contact book, I can search. I see that you have Lynk, you have a Lynk wallet, and once I add you to my recipient list or my send list, I can then send you a request to send me $500. You will get a request on your phone that says John is requesting 500, and you can decide to accept, which I'm hoping you would, and then I would get the money instantly in my wallet.
Yes. Wow, this is stuff from the Jetsons. You don't know the Jetsons, you're too young. But anyhow,
Jetsons. You know, I think George Jetson's birthday was last December.
Okay, I walked into that one. Okay. Now, let us say you can do the same thing at the store. Then you have your QR code. The merchant has a QR code, so you can send funds to them. Yes.
That's correct. So what we want to see happening now is contactless payments throughout the merchant experience. So the cards have been launched where you can tap on the point of sale, and that's one level of contactless offered by the banks. But what we want to add now is the ability to scan a QR code, and instantly you can pay the merchant. The merchant will get notified of the transaction, and then you can walk out of the organization. So you're going to start to see linked QR codes in strategic places and with merchants around Jamaica. We currently have over 600 micro merchants signed up on the platform. So these are the guys who we call the hustlers, who have now come on the platform as a way to collect money remotely or digitally without having to work and walk with heavy amounts of cash.
Right. Okay. But what if I say money to the wrong person?
Okay, good question. So, sending money is instant.
Yes. Okay.
And therefore, it is not reversible. So we would have given you multiple opportunities to double check the recipient or before you actually send the funds.
Yes.
Just to ensure, like with some apps, you have to enter the name twice or the code twice or even the email address twice.
Yes.
We're going to ensure that you scan your check, we prompt you and say, hey, do you really want to send money to this recipient? And then once you click on I accept, because we would have nudged you about 2 or 3 times, we assume that this is the path that you want to go down, and therefore, it is sent. So it's not reversible just based on the fact that it is that instant.
Because that instant. Well, it's even better than cash, because with cash you put the hand around the money in the wrong hand, it's gone. But at least there's no alert there. Yes.
Sometimes you don't get a chance to ask more than once, because by the time you ask the first time, the cash is up to your hand. There are transaction limits. So we are now working closely with the Bank of Jamaica. And by the way, we are regulated by the BOJ to interface in this space. So, we come under heavy regulation, similar to what the banks go through to ensure that the Jamaican people are protected. That's the whole point of the BOJ, and that's the whole point of the regulatory framework. So we have put in limits in place. Currently, as it stands, you can send weekly $175,000, but we are going to be upgrading our limit and tier structure within the next couple of months so that we can give you more options depending on the amount of KYC information that you would have provided to us.
Okay.
So as it starts now, all you need is a government-issued ID and a selfie video that we will take using the app, and it will be able to unlock, $175,000 a week. But eventually, we're going to have tiered systems where you can unlock much higher limits and balance limits as you go along your journey.
Excellent. John Matthew-Sinclair, we have to leave it there. I really am enthralled by all of this, Lynk. All right. Chief Product Officer, Lynk. And of course, that was Inside Banking with NCB. Appreciate it. All the best.